You know what I was like during my glory days, do you?
Yeah,
Recording in progress. Okay, what's our first topic gonna be? I don't even think we talked about it. Oh, you and Devon is gonna talk about some basketball shit, and then we're gonna talk about
Blerdcon.
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 Yeah,
Blerdcon.
let me pull up some stuff on it before I start it up. Turn it up. Touch it. Are you ready to start this beat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Try to get this shit over with.
Welcome back, bitches and bitchettes. It's another episode of a podcast formerly known as Tapped In. We all tapped out, tapped in, tapping around. You know what we doing? Filthy things, nasty things. We some filthy niggas in a filthy world. I am your host, Young Filth, Mr.
The
Dark Destruction.
filthiest of the filth.
Filthy as it's your host. It's me, Eric. And as always, we got our co-host Marcus Murray here with us. Lord Omega Marcus, what's good?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Oh my god, I knew you was about to do this. Yeah. What's up, Marcus? Another co-host we got sitting real pretty down there in his new green wall. You got Alex Riley. What's up, Allie?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
And you know it's the lavish one. You know,
Nasty
He
boy
goes
Alex.
down like Mr. Capitalism himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, call me Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos.
All right. You just went to space?
I did.
All right.
You know what I saw up there?
What'd you find?
Some alien bitches.
Oh shit.
I didn't do nothing though. I'm faithful. I didn't do
Why
nothing.
not, bro? What you mean you faithful? You know it don't count.
Hey man, my girl ain't trying to hear that.
As soon as you pass that atmosphere, don't matter.
Hey,
Don't
my
count.
girl ain't trying to hear none of that, Eric.
Hey, she in Denver. It don't even matter. She
Hey.
this shit definitely. And you know we got our third co-host, young Shotty, young Davon, young little Day Day. What's up, Davon?
What's good with you?
You been reading your Bible, man?
Man, I don't read the Bible.
Oh, first subject. Let's talk about it.
The Bible?
Yes.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1.
Damn.
Go ahead, Alex.
The beginning of time, it was the end of time.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're back again with another episode. The hiatus is over. We coming back episode after episode.
Better than ever.
Consistency. We better than ever. We looking better than ever. We stronger than ever. And
We smarter than ever.
smarter than ever. Exactly. Today we about to be getting into some shit. We get into the nitty gritty. We got some sports for y'all today. Something that, you know, we don't
But
usually
only two niggas about to talk about.
I mean, it's
we're
cool.
not all sportsmen here. But you know, we want something for everybody to, you know, listen to if you know, like nerdy type shit and you also like sports, you know. It's something for everybody. We're the not Dairy Queen, Baskin Robbins of podcasts. We got 32 flavors. Is that Baskin Robbins with 32 flavors?
No, that's the bubble gum, ain't it?
No, that's the song you're
Oh,
thinking
that's
of,
the
Davon.
song.
You're thinking of the song.
Hey,
Is that Rock Your Hips? Is that the song?
yes.
I got 32
32
flavors of this booty, and this
bubble
is bubble gum.
Oh, damn. I'm mixing up my brands, I guess.
You mixing up a lot of shit.
It's all good. You a little flustered. It's all good.
Hey,
All right. Yeah. Y'all want to get into it?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Get into
What you
it.
think of the series, man? Or I guess Game 7 actually.
So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really watch Game 7 or Game 6 all that much. I was kind of just like keeping up with the score because I was actually buying some shirts yesterday. But I did watch like the fourth quarter, and I mean, shout out to Giannis. Shout out to Milwaukee. I didn't think they would win. I didn't think they would even get this far, to be honest. But they proved me and a lot of people wrong. The series. I will say, I mean, they did get pretty lucky because a lot of the teams they faced had a lot of injuries getting to the East. But I mean, it's still not to discredit Milwaukee because Giannis was hooping. I mean, you dropped 50 points in a game-winning game. I mean, that's like legend shit in my opinion. So shout out to Giannis, shout out to Drew Holiday, shout out to Middleton.
I've been hearing about him. I'm heard of him before, but I've been hearing how he really went in.
He did.
Dropped
And
the
it's
50.
cool. He dropped the 50 piece, and it's
Had
cool because
like 5 blocks.
yeah, it's cool because he's also an international player, so it's nice seeing like those type of players come in.
Is he French?
He's Greek.
Greek.
That's why they call him the Greek Freak.
Yeah, they call him the Greek Freak.
That's his name, the Greek Freak.
That's like his nickname.
I know.
Just because he's like 7 foot and like super athletic.
Yeah, he's like pretty much like a point guard. I mean, he can't really shoot that well, but I mean, he can like pass and like facilitate
He's
like a
like
point
a one in a lifetime generational type player because of that.
Yeah,
Like, he's athletic as hell and super tall.
good ball vision. Like he has a lot of, and he's a good defender. Too. I mean, he's won Defensive Player of the Year. Although I don't think he should have won it that year that he won, but I mean, he still won that shit at the end of the day. But honestly, I was thinking Phoenix was going to win. Honestly, they were up 2-0. And it's looking like they had control of the series, but I mean, Milwaukee stood tall and persevered, and they ended up taking the series home. I think they said it was like their first championship in like 51 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool to see. I mean, I do like the fact because, I mean, I did like the finals this year because it's two teams we don't ever see in the finals at all. I kind of get tired of seeing the same people all the time in the finals.
It's been a long time that we got a finals matchup without LeBron or Steph Curry.
Yeah, for sure. So this was a nice change of pace. I know a lot of people didn't like that. They said this final kind of sucked because there's no real big superstars. But I mean, I still enjoyed it. I mean, it's still like good games.
Yeah.
Bro, and pretty competitive. And like I said, I like seeing new teams win. I hate seeing the same people win all the time. So
Same.
yeah. But what
I
you
do
think?
like Giannis a lot too, so I enjoyed it. I'm glad he won. I did want to see Chris Paul get a ring though, finally,
Yeah.
but
Me too.
I'm happy for Giannis. I think Chris Paul still might have a chance to get one, especially if he's going to go to the Lakers next season. That's been a rumor that's floating around. Yeah. So him, LeBron, and AD, that'll be crazy.
I mean, if they can stay healthy. I mean, that's a huge if in the NBA nowadays.
I mean, I think LeBron will be healthy. It's really AD, Chris Paul.
AD is super. Yeah, I mean, Chris Paul hasn't been that bad. I mean, he did miss some games in the playoffs, but for the most part, he was there. But AD, I mean, AD got to find a way to stay on the court.
AD's like the most fragile nigga ever.
It's crazy because but if he could stay healthy, he could be like one of the best big men ever. Like,
Yeah,
but he's always hurt. And same goes for like Brooklyn too, because I think if Brooklyn was healthy, Milwaukee wouldn't have been to the finals. But I mean, KD was banged up, James Harden didn't play, and Kyrie was hurt too, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he like twisted his ankle like game 2 or game 1 actually. So
I'm not gonna hate because I mean neither one of these teams I hate or like, but I mean I like Giannis because you don't see players like Giannis who get drafted by a team and kind of build up a championship. You see a lot of people going from like team to team trying to like take the easy way. So I mean I got a lot of respect for Giannis for winning a championship with Milwaukee.
But he definitely did benefit from injuries though. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like to take from the winning team because they played.
It's a part of the game, like it is what it is. Like, yeah, he had an easier path, but I mean, he still could have easily tricked that shit off and not won at all. Because I mean, I thought they were gonna lose against Phoenix.
Oh, and he was hitting his damn free throws too. He was 13 to 14.
Yeah, so that's big as well because Giannis isn't normally like a good free throw shooter. Like he's actually terrible at it. But this last game where he dropped 50, I think it was like 17 to 19 or something like that. So he only missed like 2. And did they win at home last night too? Or was it?
Oh yeah, it was in Milwaukee last night.
Yeah. So yeah. So once again, shout out to Giannis. Shout out to Milwaukee.
Hell yeah. They should have played Giannis by Freddie Gibbs, honestly. They should have been
I
blasting
fucking love that song.
They should have. Honestly,
That would actually, I don't know shit about sports, but I know for a fact that would be hard as fuck. They just started playing that shit.
You should watch highlights of Giannis though, because the stuff he do is crazy. Even if you're not a basketball fan, honestly.
I'll check it out. I'll watch some YouTube, some highlights. Sounds interesting since you said he's fucking 7 feet tall.
And I think he just came to America like 7 or 8 years ago. So he hasn't even been here that long, and he already won in championships and shit. So
yeah, he got a defensive player of the year, 2 MVP.
Did he win Finals MVP too?
And Finals MVP. Yeah.
I mean, he's going to Hall of Fame.
He one of the greatest players already.
Yeah.
For all this.
And he's still young. He's still relatively young. What is he, like 27, like 26, something like that?
I think he's like 26. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
he won before Jordan and LeBron.
Yeah. Maybe he's the next LeBron.
Dang, Space Jam 3 coming up.
But what you think? Well, I've seen the odds for them to win next season. I think they're like 3rd or 4th.
I can see that. I mean, they shouldn't be higher than that. I mean,
because I don't see him winning again if he stays with Milwaukee, honestly.
No.
Because Brooklyn about to come back healthy.
You got the Lakers too in the West.
Yeah, Philadelphia still is really good.
I think they can beat Philly again.
I guess, yeah. But it'll be hard for Milwaukee to make it to the finals again.
Yeah. We'll see, but I don't see them repeating at all, you know. But I mean, he got this one, you know, most players can't even say that. So
right. Very true.
I'm here for it.
That's what's up. You guys make me want to get into sports, but I won't.
You trying to hoop right now? Let's hoop right now.
I would rather eat an entire denim jacket.
Why?
I just like the competitive.
He said, why? No, I'm fucking around. There's some sports that I like. Like I like
Batman.
Dude,
Lacrosse.
Batman. Lacrosse looks so easy, dude. I bet I could be really good. That shit looks easy.
That shit looks hard.
That shit looks easy as fuck. You know what else looks easy? Fishing.
That shit is not easy.
That shit looks easy as fuck. I bet I could do it and be really good at it. I feel like I don't even need patience. I could probably just catch big ass fish real fast.
I bet you could.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think I could. It literally it looks so easy. I bet it's easy.
I've been fishing twice and didn't catch a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how. There's a hell of fish.
Because it's
what? Obviously, there's
I don't mean they automatically bite your line once you put it in.
Bro, that shit looks so easy. I bet it's easy. One day I'm gonna go fishing and prove y'all niggas wrong.
I'd be down to go fishing, like take a camping trip and do that shit. That'd be fun.
We should plan like.
We should do this in Denver.
Trip? Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure Marcus.
Hey,
what the fuck is going on? Wait a second, Marcus. What's going on, dude? You good? Oh.
Hey, Chaos Pod.
Oh God.
It's your boy Marcus Omega. Follow me at the Omega Bazaar.
Hey, follow me at the Omega.
I'm just gonna talk for Marcus for the rest of the podcast.
Y'all know what else looks really easy? Hunting. That shit looks easy as fuck. I bet it's easy.
I don't know about all that.
Bro, you just shoot it. It's like right there.
You have to find the animals first. You can't.
You know how many animals out there? I see deer all the time.
You can't just go around killing them. Like there's laws and shit. You can't just be in the middle of the street just shooting deer. Like,
I don't know, man. That shit look easy.
Fuck out of here. Yo.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Like,
Eric, when you get so
don't have redneck Twitter comment for us.
You know how long it took me to catch this deer?
Oh God, like they do that should be looking so like people be like really putting like deer up on their mantles. Like I know that shit was easy.
You about to piss me off.
I know it was easy. It ain't like you gotta kill it with your bare hands. That'd be hard.
You don't even know how to shoot a gun.
What? Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Tell that
Eric,
to
how
my
many guns you shoot?
tell that to my gun license.
that don't mean how to use it.
What do you mean? Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
No,
Tell
it
that to
don't.
my CCW.
That means you just passed the test. What's your accuracy at?
99%.
How fast can you reload?
I don't know, man.
When's
Well,
the
I
last
don't
time you
need to
went
really.
prone? Do you have a ghillie suit?
You said when's the last time I went prone?
Yeah.
Hey, last night, bro.
Hey,
Hey, bro, I go prone every night. You
Eric,
feel?
you be drop shotting when you go hunting?
Hell yeah, lightweight.
That's fucking funny.
I be 360 no scoping
Oh my
deers
God.
and shit.
That would be.
That's
never
how you
mind.
really
That's
do
kind of
it.
fucked up, but that's funny.
It's
Just-
fucked up killing them anyways. What's taunting them and teabagging them? How's that much different?
Or you cannot be teabagging when you hunt. What the fuck?
Why not? What's the difference? It's the same
You
shit.
gonna teabag a deer?
The same shit, bro. Either way, shit looks easy. Farming looks easy too.
Eric, you're the most confident person I know.
Thank you. Speaking of confidence,
Eric, you an idiot.
Damn, who was that?
I don't know, man. Who said that? Hey, y'all hear about Blerdcon?
No.
Vaguely,
I
yeah.
didn't.
This convention called Blerdcon, which is, well, Blerd stands for Black Nerds, is basically just that, a convention for Black nerds so they can just have their own space and celebrate, Black nerds and shit. And they also like celebrate connections with like the LGBT and like disabled people and shit like that. Just a convention where, people who don't normally get a space, get their own space. But they are under fire recently because within the past few weeks, they had a cosplay contest and like literally like the only white cosplayer won the contest, and her costume is like objectively worse than all the other contestants.
Did the girl that won have this like octopus looking thing?
No.
I thought it was the girl with like the mecha suit or something.
Yeah,
No.
that's not, because
that's not who won.
Okay, that shit
was hard.
She had like a red dress.
Yeah, she had like this red dress and like
a
staff.
staff.
It was very basic. I don't know what anime it's from.
Oh, is it Sailor Moon?
I don't think it's Sailor Moon, but it looks like Sailor Moon.
There were other white cosplayers there though, Alex.
Were there?
Okay.
But she's probably so it's the one that you would assume looks like Sailor Moon.
With the angel wings?
Yeah, the angel wings, yep.
That shit is whack.
I thought this was a black girl.
No, she's white.
Yeah, I thought she was a black girl just because I couldn't see her face, and I thought the mech girl was white, but I
think the lighting makes her look brown, but she's white.
Her face is obscured.
Yep, that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's and also they were making it a big deal because it kind of is a big deal that her costume is store bought, like she just bought it.
Right.
While everybody else literally made their costume.
She's also not a person of color.
Exactly that. And I don't know about whether or not, white people should be able to enter the contest. That's whatever. I mean, I feel like usually in black spaces, they still include everybody. Right. But I feel like in this case, it's fairly obvious that it didn't really have anything to do with her costume because it's literally not better than any of the other ones I'm seeing here.
Do you think that Blerdcon should just not have any white people in it?
No, I don't think that. I believe I feel like the the difference between black spaces and white spaces is black spaces are still inclusive. Like usually they're predominantly black, but they don't like sit there and reject white people. Like they're never like, you're white, you can't enter this. You're white, you can't go to this school. They're never like that, really.
I would say black spaces are more necessary than other spaces. I would say all spaces are dominated by the white majority. So to have a black space means that it's something just for them, right? Like a place where they aren't overshadowed by the majority, if that makes sense.
So do you think white people shouldn't attend or enter contests, or what do you think?
I don't know, man. It's kind of a hard situation because a black space is sort of more sacred because it's specifically a black space. I wouldn't say they need to exclude white people. I think it's nice to be inclusive, but at the same time, to give black people an emphasis or like more of a space that's their own sanctuary, right? Like where they don't need to worry about potentially being overshadowed by white people, if that makes sense. So
especially
who are the judges?
I could not find who the judges were, but I did read somewhere that one of the judges was saying that how he picked her because other people's costumes were like, it looked like they didn't put any effort into it or anything, when obviously everybody else put effort into their costume. Like this mech girl, clearly she built that herself. You can't buy that. You have to build it.
So would you be upset if she won because she doesn't look black either?
I wouldn't be as upset if she won if this girl's costume was better than everybody else's. I wouldn't be as, it'd still be weird, a white woman winning like a costume like a costume contest for black people. But if her costume was just like objectively better than everybody else's, then I guess I wouldn't be as mad, because I don't agree with, white people should just be completely rejected from like competing in the contest or coming to the the convention or anything.
I think they give too much in terms of expecting white people to do the right thing in designated black spaces.
Also, the Met girl is black. She's just light skinned.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in the middle on the subject. While honestly, I don't think if it's like a black convention, like a black anime or cosplay convention, I don't think anyone non-black should be able to enter in the contest. But I do think that white people or any other race should be able to at least attend and maybe like on the contest, if that makes sense. But I don't think they should be able to necessarily participate in the contest.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Because at its core, it is a black convention.
Yeah.
Like it's to showcase black cosplayers, black nerds, black like people who make AMVs and shit like that. It makes perfect sense that only black people should be able to enter like a cosplay contest. Like it doesn't make sense that a white person can win a black anime cosplay contest.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And I also want to ask, do you know who like actually like started this convention? Like, is it a black person who started this?
That's what I was wondering too. Is it like a black organization?
I believe that. Hold on, I'm on the website right now, and I don't think they have.
And also, I feel like it gotta be white people being the judge then.
You would think. I don't know.
But that's such a weird thing.
I don't think it would be white people. Honestly, I don't think it would be white people being the judge.
I don't know how they would like collectively agree that that's like the best course of action. Because I mean, I only see like these two outfits. I see the girl who won. I see the girl with the mech suit, and the girl with the mech suit is obviously blowing her out the water. So
if you search Blerdcon on Twitter and just look through the searches, you'll see.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that and just looking through that, there's a lot of Black people and white people at this convention. Why the girl thought that she should join in the Black costume contest to begin with is just sort of strange.
It is strange
because as a white person, I mean, part of observing your white what's it called? White privilege. Part of like understanding your white privilege is having to sort of understanding the context and being respectful to spaces that you go into.
Sorry to interrupt you, but a Black person did create Blerdcon.
Okay, cool.
So but it's not even wasn't Black judges.
Well, but it's not up to the person who made it. It's up to the judges. And ultimately the judges thought that this costume, whether they decided together or separately, they decided that this woman would win. I'm seeing a lot of other costumes that
dude, there's some hard
costumes,
like a storm costume. I think I saw a Princess Mononoke costume.
You see the Todoroki costume, the Todoroki and that pink-haired girl.
Pink hair, yeah, both those hard.
Cammy and Rogue. There's tons of costumes at this convention that could have won. That should have won.
Now I'm curious, like what Devon was saying, like what do the judges look like? Who are the judges? Like what criteria were they using to like give her the crown?
I found one of the judges, and it looks like a Black woman, and she says, as one of the judges, let me just say, yes, I would have preferred the winner to be Black, but on the other hand, I was there to judge craftsmanship and work. What should the dude who made a dragon tail out of a single Pringles can and construction paper, wait, why does it say what? Win just because he's Black? Maybe the several cosplayers wearing basic store-bought clothes. Listen, I'm all for supporting and promoting Black cosplayers, but at the same time, I'm not going to blow smoke up someone's ass just because they showed up today. And to answer the question, yes, the winner made absolutely every piece of her costume by hand. Yes, the dress was hand-dyed silk. And yes, she spent all day in a fucking hoop skirt and 3 petticoats that were also handmade. So sorry if that doesn't stack up next to a Halloween costume that came out of a bag.
Nah.
It sounds like
I'm seeing other costumes that are definitely. You know what? This brings me to my next question. Was the costume event, was it like big? Like was not everybody in attendance entered into that costume competition?
No.
Because maybe everyone else didn't even fuck with the costume competition like that. And so all of these dope ass, because there's tons of dope ass. I was just scrolling through it. There's tons of dope ass costumes out there. And
so how
I don't know how none of them would win against. I mean, I get she put in work, great, but like at the same time.
So how they do it at conventions is before the convention, you have to sign up for the for the cosplay contest, because you have to, follow the specific rules or whatever. So there were a finite amount of people who were eligible to win the contest, but most of the ones that you're seeing, like the Met girl, she was in the costume contest.
Okay.
There's a like really tall Black girl in like this, I think, scaly type outfit. She pretty much anyone you see on like a stage, they're in the costume contest. I don't see like a picture of everybody. I was looking on the website to see if I could see like everybody, because I imagine that not all of them were, great. But
then I think it's on the organizers. The organizers need to, I mean, if there's going to be like a situation like this, they should have made it so that they knew that so that everyone knew that they should enter the costume contest. And also, I mean, it goes without saying that next year at Blerdcon, I doubt any white people will put themselves in the running for that because they don't want that smoke.
I think you're giving white people too much credit. I definitely think someone will like see this and do that shit anyway.
You think someone's gonna be oblivious and just
for
troll?
sure. For sure,
100%.
Also going back to what that judge said, because this is something that she posted on like Facebook or something. Is that not extremely unprofessional for a professional judge to post their defense or opinion on?
I mean,
Facebook?
how big is this convention? You know, how big is
it's
Blerdcon?
Pretty big.
What's the attendance compared to like other big conventions?
I mean, it's not like no Comic-Con, but
right.
Let's see. 2017 they were at like 1,800, which is when they were first starting out. So
okay, so they're a couple years old. So it's probably a pretty small competition or a pretty small convention, anyways.
In comparison to like Comic-Con, but as far as like Black conventions, it's like the biggest one.
It's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are people sort of on all levels kind of at fault of this, you know, like I think they should sort of make it more clear, especially these days, on if you're a Black ally, how to best navigate a
Black space
setting. Yeah, a setting like Blerdcon that is distinctly a Black space, but also the organizers and the judges should like have a meeting beforehand with the idea that this is all about uplifting, you know, Black nerds, and that everyone else may come and go as they please, but you know, make that intention known. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think one thing they also could have done, like they could have easily given the award to someone like a Black person, then maybe gave her like an honorary, like just like a shout out, just based on like the effort that she put in.
But even the judge was like, I mean, the judge is still defending her choice to choose that woman. So it's not even, I mean, it should go even further and say that they should further vet their judges. And I don't know 100%. How they pick the judges that they have, but just with what she was saying, I don't think she really understands what it is to have like a designated Black space, because it sounds like she's just judging from the standpoint as if she was judging at any con. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if this was the Comic-Con in whatever city that was in, it'd be a different thing. But the fact of the matter is, it's not. It's specifically Black.
It seems like with this being, you know, a smaller con, and it seems like it's also probably like, I assume to be like self-funded. It seems like the people who get the positions, like more than likely judges, are people who like know somebody. You know what I mean? Like somebody who just so happens to know the creator. He probably just made them a judge. Like somebody who
yeah, you think it's like a collective, and it probably is.
Yeah, because it seems like with other conventions they bring in people who are experts on this type of shit to judge, like to actually judge, because I feel like I've been to a cosplay contest at Nebrascon, and I've seen the shit that they judge. I've seen the level of quality that they expect, and it's not only quality, it's also, you know, what it looks like. Like you can tell when somebody like put a shit ton of effort into it. Usually it's more obvious than like the Met girl. Is pretty obvious that she put a lot of effort into her costume and like handmade it and shit. But some that, you know, don't. Well, I guess if you use the white woman as an example, if she did make her costume, those two take a lot of time too. But I don't know. There's definitely some disconnect somewhere.
It's just a Black space, man. You know, like I'll bring this. back to like Denver. So this summer I was involved in the Black Love Mural Festival in Denver, which is a mural festival specifically for Black people by Black people, right? There wasn't any white people on the ballot, and the dude who organized it, he didn't organize it based on people's artistic ability. Like there's some really good artists, but there's also like beginning artists and then everyone in between. His intention was to foster sort of a community of Black artists within Denver, because it wasn't just about the murals, it was also about the networking and then the level of camaraderie between bringing Black creatives together. You know what I mean? And so assigning that to Blerdcon, they should have been more intentional with the fact that, for one, the cosplaying space in the broader spectrum is super racist, right? And it's super cliquish, and it is a harder space for Black people to sort of get into and connect with one another in. Blerdcon does a good job because it's a place where all of these Black nerds can get together. So that's dope. But at the same point, the people organizing it and the judges aren't doing their jobs in making it so that they are fostering a community of Black cosplaying creatives so that they can feel safe and so that they can, you know, raise to that level, because there's not a massive, you know, Black nerd Comic-Con. You know, the big Comic-Con has been going on for years, and it's been a predominantly white dominated space. So it goes without saying that Blerdcon is just sort of in its infancy, and they need to focus on fostering their relationships and with Black people, not this sort of whatever that judge was saying.
So this is the last thing we should address. Well, we don't really need to address it, but the last thing on this, the girl who won, she made a tweet like addressing the situation, and this is what she said. She says, "I need to address the Blerdcon situation. First, I want to apologize for not doing so sooner and appearing to avoid the situation. I was/am dealing with a family emergency, and I was also waiting to hear back from Blerdcon themselves about their own statement." Damn, this is kind of long. She's actively in the process of returning the prizes and have stepped down. She's sorry for centering herself in a space that was not mine to do so. There have been plenty of people who said I should have read the room and not entered despite my friends encouraging me to do so. Correct. Because the thing is, there's other conventions. And I feel like obviously I'm not a white person, but I feel like if I was a white person, I would not be inclined to enter a competition of Black people and I digress. And they are.
That goes to what Alex
right.
was saying. You're giving him too much
Yeah,
credit.
too much credit, bro. You never know.
You're right.
You never know.
And they are 100% right. I am a grown adult and should have thought about how my participation could take away from another cosplayer who is Black, who might be overlooked in the other spaces. I will be honest, my intention was never to enter and win everything. Believe me, seeing the other cosplays during prejudging, I did not genuinely think I stood a chance against any of them. All I had hoped to gain by entering was notes on how to improve my own construction techniques. And yes, I recognize I should have stepped down sooner and, more importantly, not entered at all. The judges are the ones who made the decision and who won, and I greatly respect all of their opinions, and I'm so thankful that they thought my cosplay was well made enough to even consider winning. That being said, it still boils down to I entered a contest as a white woman at Blerdcon. I took an opportunity away from a Black cosplayer. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry for invading a space I shouldn't have, and I know I have no one to blame for that mistake but myself. I am also sorry to all the people I've hurt in the process. I know no amount of apologies can fix what I have done, but I'm truly deeply sorry.
Man, anyway, I don't know why she needs to apologize. It ain't really her fault, honestly.
It's not really her fault.
I mean,
She should have read the room for sure.
The mob mentality has, you know, everybody against her, and
yeah,
it sounds like she gets it. It just sounds like also the damage has already been done. And obviously,
I mean, I think she only apologized after the fact, though.
Exactly. You know, like she still went through with it, and so yeah, I get that she
is
is a
definitely
fucking idiot, but too little, too late.
She definitely did like her entering the contest was
She's
a little
going
dumb.
to hell.
It was pretty yeah, it was dumb.
Talk about it, Marcus.
Yeah,
I want to.
I mean, that's kind of it. Let's get into Loki.
Hey, what's her name? Let's slander her real quick. Fuck Chet Hanks. Fuck Riley Reid. Fuck Hunter Biden.
And fuck
whoever this chick is. At least she apologized, though. And she
apologized. Hey,
apologized.
Judge.
I do respect that.
The judges were. It really irks me that judge really addressed it like that, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, that is a weird statement.
First off, you're sitting here.
It's so whack when black people blame other black people for this issue like that. Like, she won't be back, and she's definitely going to hell.
And then her like being specific, like talking about the Pringles can, like,
yeah,
who knows how hard he worked on that shit? Who knows if it,
that nigga probably did that as a joke. He wasn't trying to get called out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and she called him out specific. That's whack fucking behavior. She's on the list. Chet Hanks, that judge bitch.
Riley Reid.
Riley Reid, Hunter Biden. Who else?
Man, Trump.
Joe Biden too.
Obviously Trump. Joe Biden's on the list too. Joe Biden's on the list too. I don't fuck with Joe. Let's get into Loki though. We're
sure.
about to get into episode 4 of the Disney.
I fuck with this episode.
Oh, okay, Alex.
I did. I like the episode. I like betrayal.
Ooh.
I like surprises.
Yes.
But yeah, this episode was dope. I mean, not to take over, but I said last episode was my favorite, but this one is far superior in my opinion.
Alex, did you watch the after credits?
Yeah, when he like woke up. Who that was one of my questions. Who did he, or I guess we can talk about it, but I don't know who those people were.
That's Loki.
Loki and Loki.
Oh, those are all Lokis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crocodile Loki made an appearance.
Episode.
And Black Loki?
Nigga Loki.
Nigga Loki.
Animal Loki.
Nigga Loki.
Teen Loki.
We supposed to act like we ain't seen it yet.
No, they showed up at the end of this episode.
I mean, wait, that was Loki.
I mean, they all had horns.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't know. Loki.
I have the subtitles tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say Crocodile Loki growls.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Impressions.
Yeah, let's get into
Eric,
it.
what's your impression of this episode?
My fucking impression is this shit was tight.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
I like seeing Lamentus explode.
Lamentus.
I agree with Eric. I fuck with this episode heavy. RIP to my boy Mobius.
Yes, sir.
All right, fuck
gone, but not forgotten.
Never forgotten.
I don't think he's dead.
Chop, not slop. Well, he's not, because I'm pretty sure
he's not dead as long as he exists in our hearts.
It seems like the stick sends everybody to the same place. So I'm sure he's somewhere in there with Loki. Stick talk. That stick talk. Hey, the TVA is about that stick talk.
Shout out to Future.
Shouts out to Future. What you think his variant's looking like? Davon, what you?
Oh my god!
What was your first impression?
I thought it was cool.
Okay, gotcha.
It was alright.
I did. Marcus. Oh my god.
Hey, I'm gonna speak for Marcus.
Marcus, this is an audio medium.
Audio, man. Okay, let's go. What did I think of this episode? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I thought of this episode.
Marcus, is everything okay, bro?
That was beautiful, Marcus.
You gonna talk about it?
That was well said.
Yes.
Well said. Yeah.
Thank
So
Hey, Marcus, you
we
pootie tang.
start. He don't need no words or music. We start out the episode when we see this little girl. She seems to be on Asgard, and she's just, doing her little tiny person thing, and then boom, gets snatched up into a TVA portal. Who is she? It's Sylvia, of course, and we're seeing her origin. We see her origin as a variant. It looks like she's was taken as a little kid by the TVA and was about to get, touched with the stick. She was about to, talk that stick talk, or she might be turned into a TVA drone like everybody else was. Um, we also learned that it's Ravana who got her.
She a
She's the one who,
bitch.
yeah. Yeah, she's the one
Is it
who,
the girl who she was finding at the end, Gravana?
Yeah, she
yeah.
called Sylvia Loki.
Yeah, she's the one who caught her and like brought her to the TVA. But we see Sylvie actually escape her, and that's when we see her take the TemPad. I remember one of y'all asked how she was time traveling uh, when she didn't really know what was up with the TVA. That's how she took her TemPad and have been traveling since. But it begs the question, like, one, how does she know how to use the TemPad? Two, where does she transport to first? Or was she just like messing around with it, trying to figure it out, transporting to different places? Because I know for a fact she didn't I know she
Maybe
didn't
she just wasn't causing any Nexus events. She could have just been laying low or something.
Marcus, are you talking?
No, we can't hear you.
He's not.
Can y'all hear me?
We
Now I
can now.
Oh, I muted my mic. That's what she was saying though. She said that she had taken the TemPad, she was bouncing around, ever hunted, and then she found out that she could hide in the apocalypse to prevent herself from creating Nexus events, and that's why she grew up in apocalypses.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because it's we know that she's had these abilities since she was a kid because her mother taught her and she was
Right.
taken away as a kid. So she already has these like enchanting abilities. We don't know how strong they were. I'm sure they've gotten stronger over the years, but uh it kind of makes sense as to why this kind of uh brings it together as to why she doesn't act like a Loki, nor does
Right.
she want to be a Loki because she didn't grow up in that. She didn't grow up on
She
Asgard.
never had the chance to be a Loki, really.
Exactly. That's probably why she
Loki
wanted to change.
survived though. That's what they
Loki.
said.
Yeah, Loki survived.
Loki survived. Yeah.
Good point.
Country boys will survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot. We figure out a lot in this episode.
And we also, I mean, we've been going this whole season towards the timekeepers, right? They've been sort of these mysterious, cast in stone, almost omnipotent creators of the TVA and the
Lizard
people who work for the TVA. Yeah, we've only seen
Are they
them
lizard people?
on their sculpture. One of them's pretty scaly, but in this episode we get to see him. You know, like
that was a wild.
in the
That was
flesh.
wild to see him.
And that was probably part of the one of the cooler things on this episode is like the culmination of all this hype, where Sylvie and Loki are taken before the TVA timekeepers, only to find out that it's not really what it seems. Which, I mean, we kind of imagined, or we kind of like suspected before this, because they weren't very present in everything else that was going on, right?
Right. Very Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, that's a super good comparison. You know, you get to the end and you see Oz, and then you pull back the curtain. I think the curtain has begun to pull back on this episode, or we didn't even realize that there was a curtain until Sylvie beheaded one of the TVA dudes, or one of the timekeepers, to find out that they were robots.
Animatronics.
Animatronics.
Yeah, it's a
Fucking
small
Chuck E.
world
Cheese.
after all.
Chuck
Yeah,
E. Cheese
Disney
ass
shit.
robots.
Who are you waving at, Eric?
A fly. We see the I don't remember the guard's name. It's the black guard, the
Yeah,
black woman. We start to see her become suspicious about the TVA because it's not
yes.
out yet that everybody's a variant. Mobius wanted to tell everybody. Yeah, Mobius wanted to tell everybody, but he got, what did they call it when they zap him? I can't remember.
I don't know.
That it wasn't
No.
blipped. I can't remember what they called it. But when he got sticked, I'm just call it stick. Purged? That sounds right, but I don't think it is. He got sticked.
He got stuck.
We also get a glimpse of the nature of Mobius and Ravana's relationship. We see that they've been in it together for centuries, as partners, as these two people who are really close in this timeless era.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. How does time even work there? Because I was talking about people being hundreds of years old.
Yeah. We know
that that's a good question.
They've been in the thick of it together.
You don't
and in
age
past
down
episodes, they don't age. Time moves differently in the TVA. In past episodes.
That's a good question because there would be no way for them to keep time. How would they keep time when they live outside of it?
Yeah, there is none.
Where is it?
I think it's in the quantum realm.
I think it might be in the quantum realm too. It looks like it. Like whenever they show like outside, it's like quantum shit. And also that's the only explanation of where it could be. I think that's the only
that we know of at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Watching the MCU,
But again, that just brings my question back up. How come they don't have powers since they've been in the quantum realm so long? Because that's how. What was it? Ant-Man's girl's mom or something. That's how she got powers because she was in there so long.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point. I don't know.
It seems like. I don't know. It seems like whoever's making the rules is maybe the TVA is like in its own little pocket in the quantum dimension or the quantum realm where, they're not affected by the quantum realm. Like they're in it, but they're not affected by it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. I think that when dealing, we just don't know. Ultimately, we just know that the powers don't work. We also know that their gadgets seem to work. There's not. Loki has his powers work when he's back on Earth, so it's not like they even take him away or had to give him back.
Mm-hmm.
The TVA is sort of a big mystery, and even more so in this episode because everything that we had been told about the TVA is brought into question with Sylvie revealing that the agents of the TVA are variants, with the fact that the timekeepers didn't make all the variants, so maybe they didn't make the TVA, and also the timekeepers themselves seem to be a sham because they're fucking weird animatronic robots.
Yeah,
they bring up a lot of it's interesting because they ask a lot of questions, or they answer a lot of questions. And the answer for most of the questions that we had is that they've been lying about it, and then it answers those, or it asks those same questions over again. It's well, why? Why are the timekeepers robots? Was the TVA created by robots, or did someone create the robots that govern the TVA? It just seems like a lot of the people, nobody knows. I don't think we've seen anyone in the show so far that actually knows what's going on at the TVA. Even Ravana.
Yeah, Ravana is also very confused.
Ravana also seems in the dark. Ravana's character is also one where she isn't like the boss. She's never seemed like the boss. because she's been so grounded kind of by Mobius, because we know
she's
that
like a
both,
drone.
Yeah, she's a bureaucratic drone, and I think she's more by the books than she would like everyone to think. But it turns out Mobius is less by the books, and everyone else has questions. Ravonna is sort of trying to keep her power.
So you don't think Gravana knows? Because at the end, Sylvie was like, "Tell me everything you know." So that kind of alluded to me that she might have some more insight, or at least a little bit more information. But I mean, I don't know how much.
I think she has a little bit more information, but I don't think.
I think she has more information than Sylvie, but I don't think she knows what's going on because she was surprised when the timekeepers were destroyed.
Right.
So I think she doesn't know. One thing, little side note, did you guys catch them, sprinkling a little teaser about Blade?
In this episode?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh, because they said vampires?
Yeah.
They said vampires and
he was like, Mobius was like, we've dealt with all types of shit like Kree, Titans, and vampires.
Yeah.
And at first I was just like, why does nigga just throw in vampires like that? And then I was like, Mahershala Ali.
Because of Blade, yeah.
Blade.
And I think they just found their director or are narrowing down their director search for that. But that's a good point.
Hard.
I thought they'd been working on that.
I thought so too.
They announced it, but they haven't been filming.
They announced it.
I thought they'd been filming, I guess. Maybe not.
But that is a good point, Eric, that they mentioned vampires. They mentioned Titans, which is
the Eternals.
The Eternals, but also Thanos was a Titan. And going into the Eternals timeline and just how they do shit is a whole other thing. But it definitely is Marvel preparing for their fourth phase, by sprinkling in little tidbits about that.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Devon?
I said that fight was corny.
What fight?
Like the with Ravonna and
well, no, the whole Loki Sylvia fight with the TVA was corny to me.
Oh, I agree.
Because I seen that coming because she just punched her and knocked her out. Yeah, she definitely about to get back up and kill somebody.
Yeah.
Another thing that we didn't touch on yet is Loki's little personal hell when he gets sent to that little pocket of time when he's reliving that moment with Lady Sif. And she keeps...
Real quick, who is that? Like, what's the relationship to Loki?
I think she's just another Asgardian. Loki was fucking with.
I'm not actually sure she is an Asgardian. She was like on like Thor's team. So Thor had like a group of homies in the first and second movie, and they would go on like quests and adventures. And so Lady Sif was one of those people. I don't know if she's exactly an Asgardian.
She's Asgardian.
Okay. I know one of the other dudes is not Asgardian because he's from a different planet in the...
Are you talking about Beta Ray Bill?
No. One of the other dudes that's in Thor is like... So it's like Lady Sif and the whatever Knights of something or
the
something.
Warriors 3.
The Warriors 3. One of the Warriors 3, he's from a different place, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's Lady Sif from like the Thor movies.
Thor movies was trash.
Yeah, especially the first two, for sure.
Besides Ragnarok, yeah.
The first one was okay, I guess.
No,
the second
one
was utter.
I've gone back and watched the first one. That shit is garbage.
I haven't watched it since it came out.
We're at a much better place, man. Like,
I haven't watched it.
Two was so garbage.
Yeah. I haven't watched it since it like literally came out, and I think I was just really excited to see Thor. And
same.
I don't want to think too much about
Hawkeye
it.
was in it too.
I don't think too much about it. I'm gonna just let that stay a decent memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's A lot of interesting things in this episode.
What about him
RIP to that.
trying to? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
RIP who? We got to get that out the way first.
Oh, I was just about to say RIP to that TVA girl, the one who
Sasha
Sylvie.
Blaine.
Yeah, the one who Sylvie was like all up in her noggin.
Yeah.
Wait, do y'all think the TVA killed her? Or do y'all think she? Yeah, the TV. Okay, didn't
They
think about
probably
that.
sent her to that place, and she
Yeah, I
probably
think
died there.
She remembered too much about her past life and became a liability to the TVA. I think that's kind of what it's alluded to, but I don't think they directly say it. But it's just Ravana being shady about it, you know, saying, "Oh yeah, she you know, like she died, like we couldn't help her."
Mhm.
I just going back to Lady Sif thing. I just stumbled upon something interesting. So in that little time loop thing, Lady Sif was mad that Loki cut her hair, and apparently this is something that happened in actual Norse mythology. Like it's an actual Norse mythology, because Sif is like I think she's like a Norse goddess or something, but she's like really proud of her hair, and I guess Loki, being the god of mischief, you know, cut it because he thought it'd be funny, and they just adapted it to this shit, and she was just beating the shit out of him.
Crazy.
Yeah, that kind of wraps it up, though. Y'all think? Anything else y'all got on this one?
Yeah, I do.
What's up? What you got?
Loki keep trying to bang his alternative self.
Yeah, that caused the Nexus event.
Gotta respect it.
The incest.
Gotta respect it.
No.
All right. So it's not his sister.
It's incest.
It's not his
sister. It's worse than his sister. It's him.
There's nothing worse than that because that's not a thing.
Okay, since we're getting back into this,
we're not.
Okay,
we don't need to.
Okay, then let's
it's not incest.
Let's agree with me. Okay, so
we're not going to agree with you. There's 3 people that say no.
All right.
Me and Alyssa were talking about it today. Me and Alyssa both said we would get with our variants.
Yeah, y'all are into.
We got so much in common.
They're not related though.
Yeah, they're the same person. It's the same shit. Okay, do y'all think if Loki and Sylvie had a baby, do y'all think it would come out with the typical incest like defects?
No.
Yes, the fuck it would. It would, because they have the same DNA, and it doesn't work like that.
They don't have the same DNA. If they had the same DNA, they'd be the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's why I say they're more like siblings, because they had the same parents. Maybe she is just a different sperm that got into the egg. Same person, same family, same DNA. They're siblings. Y'all think if they took y'all think if they took a DNA test, what would happen? It wouldn't show them as siblings. It wouldn't show them as being twins. It would.
I don't think so.
No. I think y'all think I'm right, and y'all just are.
No, I don't think you're right. Nor would I ever think you're right.
It is right.
Nah.
They're variants, not siblings.
What the fuck? What is?
And because we've already seen this with, all right, so now we have 4 other Lokis that we've seen. All of those have different DNA.
Yeah, Black Loki, Loki.
If Black Loki bangs Sylvie, are you telling me that that's incestual, even though she doesn't have a black gene in her?
I think yes, I agree. Okay, then what makes them Loki?
Impossible.
What makes them Loki?
Them being a god of mischief. That's it.
Okay, so
that's the pod.
No. No, that's a bad stop. No, because that doesn't make sense.
That's the pod, y'all.
That doesn't make any sense, because everybody can be a variant.
You're a variant, Eric.
If I was a variant, how would that person be a variant of me? I'm not the god of anything. I'm just a person. They would be me because they were probably I don't know, because they're me.
You're asking how they will become Lokis though, like not variants. Like he acts like they're Lokis because they're the god of mischief. Like they're variants because they can like move through.
I was asking, why are they Lokis?
What makes them Loki? They have different parents, I think.
And they're also,
you don't know that. Some of them might.
They're not even born at the same time. Like not that we know the age of these 2 Lokis, But looking at the other Lokis, there's an old Loki, there's a teen Loki, and there's a
Marcus, you're forgetting that
Loki.
the TVA exists outside of time. They took old Loki from the future.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
You don't care because you're wrong.
You don't. Literally, there's 3, and
Boom!
I know of a 4th. You're wrong, Eric. It's okay.
No, I'm not wrong.
It's okay, Eric.
I'm not wrong.
Smile through the pain, okay. Eric.
I'm not wrong.
Smile through the pain.
That you're wrong because you just said some false shit and you're upset about it.
Oh, Eric. Poor little sad boy, Eric.
Anyway, why did that cause a Nexus event anyway? Is it just because that's not supposed to happen or what?
Yeah, because it's 2 Lokis from 2 different timelines.
2 different people.
I think it's because Loki found love, and I think what they were saying
in a hopeless place.
Yes, I think it's like destined for Lokis to never find love, and apparently the only place they can find actual love is themselves, and that's never supposed to happen. The Nexus event.
Eric, you sound so conservative.
It's contextual.
Eric, you so against.
Oh my fucking god.
Multiversal romance, man. You. It's crazy. Literally, bro.
I wasn't even fucking talking about that. It's contextual.
My great grandkids are gonna be loving in the multiverse, Eric. I just hope you can accept that. And I hope your great grandkids do too, but I hope you can accept that. You're gonna be like, you're just gonna be a crusty old man saying it's wrong. You can't do this. This is against God's will.
You niggas are sick. I am upset about this.
You gotta get with the times, Eric.
No,
man.
It's 2021.
I'm not getting with the incest time. This ain't Rick and Morty.
Eric, you acting like you in 1990s still, bro.
Right, bro. Grow up.
Grow up.
Man, love all variants.
Exactly, man. Love all variants.
Variants deserve love too.
Exactly. Eric out here is sad and a crusty old man.
Missing out on life.
Missing out on life.
Scared of love.
Meanwhile, all of your variants are making love with each other.
No, they're not.
Just to spite you. You literally alone in the multiverse, which is even worse than being alone in the universe.
Holy shit.
Poor sad little Eric, man. Eric,
you niggas is sick.
Multiverse, whatever this one is.
Damn.
But let's get into the ratings, man. Alex, what did you rate it?
I'm gonna give this probably like an 8.5 to be honest.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode just like because everything that we thought we knew about the TVA was kind of like thrown out the window. So I mean, I really like that. So it has me looking forward to what the TVA is really about. And I kind of like the interactions between Mobius and Loki and just like that dialogue, and same with like Loki and Sylvie. Those are some interesting conversations as well. So yeah,
getting the band back together.
Yeah, exactly. And just seeing like the people from the TVA betray, like once they like find out what it's really about, them kind of betray the TVA and kind of just like blow everything up. So I like chaos, and this was pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hell yeah, Davon. What about you, man? What you think?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I thought it was cool, I guess. I don't even remember what happened when it was on Lamentis.
You don't remember what happened when it was on Lamentis?
No, not this episode specifically. I just remember them like touching hands.
Yeah, just sharing a tender moment.
And then the TVA showed up and captured them essentially. So nothing really happened.
Right. So I feel like the main thing was them finding out the TVA played them, I guess. I don't know. I thought the fight was corny at the end. 7.5.
Okay. Eric, what'd you give it?
I'll give this episode a 9.
Okay.
I liked it. I actually really enjoyed this episode. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff going on. I liked it. I rather enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
Marcus,
I give it
rating.
a 8.5. I thought it was kind of like a slow start. The tender moment was nice. I think it dragged on maybe a little too long for my liking, and especially knowing that they were going to get caught and saved off of Lamentis anyways. That one guard, she had to do her little soul searching and find the truth behind the TVA, or at least her truth at being a variant. So I think it was just sort of slow in some areas because it's sort of building up towards the big event of where the show is going. On the other hand, I thought it was super dope that we finally got to see the timekeepers, but just to find that they're robots and shit, it's sort of like your princess is in another castle situation. But ultimately I like the fight scene at the end. I could see it being a little bit corny, but also kind of necessary for them to get rid of Mobius, get rid of Loki, and then the reveal of all the other Lokis at the end. So tight. That shit was so
loved
dope.
it.
Yeah, I love that too.
Loved it. Crocodile Loki over there being a crocodile and shit. Black Loki being a nigga.
I got a question.
Black Loki's tight. He has Mjolnir, or he has a hammer.
Yep.
What's your question, Davon?
Sylvia ever talked about the Thor and her? What's his name?
No,
Her
she hasn't.
universe?
She hasn't really brought it up. I'm sure they probably. I mean, I'm sure he was around, but they were probably like kids, so it probably wasn't really significant, I guess. But she was like at least like 10.
I was gonna say she was kind of old. Maybe he just wasn't as big a force. It looked like she was just chilling, playing with
Valkyries.
With toys. She didn't like, as a kid, she didn't seem like a mischief maker. You know what I mean? But we know that she had a good relationship with her mom because, she
taught her magic.
She taught her magic. So,
or maybe there was no Thor in her universe.
Could be. Maybe Odin didn't have any kids, or maybe everyone's gender bent. So then, like, the Thor in her universe is also
the female Thor.
Yeah. And
then when they all be variants.
Maybe they're.
Because I thought Sylvia was a variant because she's a woman.
That's a good question too, and I don't know if they ever explain that. Because
no. What it is? Okay, it's interesting that they took Sylvie, because that would mean that entire universe is a variant, and they would have to delete the entire thing. So why did they take Sylvie instead of just deleting the entire universe?
But what they do is they don't even delete the entire universe. They just sort of reset it, because
that's what I mean.
There's always one event, and so they essentially can just reset it so that event doesn't happen. But they took Sylvie when she was already like 10 years old, Eric says. So her Nexus event didn't even happen until she was 10. And so I don't actually understand.
Shouldn't it have happened when she was born?
When she was born, right? If it was her being a woman that caused her to become a variant, I don't think they fully explain the fact that there already is a multiverse. And sure, they tried to keep the main timeline, but also Sylvie was 10 years deep into her branch or whatever. I don't know. I honestly don't.
I would actually argue that they would probably reset the timeline before Sylvie was born, because it seems like their whole unit. Okay, no. Let's take. Well, no. Like, we can't use anybody else as an example because
we don't know anything else.
Okay, let's take Black Loki for an example. He's an adult. He lived a full life, right? So it begs to wonder if they deleted him or reset his timeline while he was an adult. His entire universe happened up until the point where they deleted it. So if his parents were black, that means they were variants. So
Yeah,
that
because the main
entire
Loki that we
universe would
know
have
of,
already
yeah,
been a variation, right?
they said no Black Asgardians. Absolutely
None.
not. Get the fuck out of here. That's a good point. I don't think they can ever really account for why the variants are the way they are, because Kid Loki, well, we don't need to talk about that until next, but I don't know. It's just such a weird thing, you know, that you would think that they would, with the Lokis that have like an overt difference from the main Loki, right? Which is Sylvie and the Black Loki. You would think that they would do something to prevent that from ever happening. Because
And
how do
then-
they exist? How do they exist otherwise? If the main timeline is this white pasty Loki, then how did the Black Loki get to the point where he was at when he was pruned?
That's
Or
what I was
Sylvie
gonna
get to her
ask.
point?
Pruned.
Yeah, pruned. I don't think they actually answer
'Cause,
that.
like, what the hell is a variant then? Because
I don't think they do a good enough job explaining it because it doesn't make it. Once we just broke it down, it makes no more
It
sense.
doesn't make sense. Yeah, because
What's
it's
a
ju-
Nexus
it-
event? Wouldn't
a
the
Nexus-
Nexus event happen at the beginning of that universe?
well, so maybe the Nexus event is literally when a branch crosses that line. You know, in the first episode they showed the prime timeline, and then a Nexus event doesn't occur until it's like deviated enough where it's approaching that line, either above and below the tree. That's all I can think of.
I guess that makes sense, but
But
it's kind of
also-
wild that
Also,
fucking
yeah.
Odin is a crocodile and that didn't cross the goddamn line.
Loki's
well,
a
and
crocodile.
then
No, not Odin. Well, we would have to assume that Odin and their mom is also a crocodile because why would they just, or do you think they
No.
just adopted a crocodile?
No, they show, well, without, in the next episode they show frog Thor, so Odin would be a frog.
Oh, frog.
And Loki is the adopted crocodile.
Crocodile. What the fuck? Hey,
That's the pod.
that's the pod, I
don't
guess.
understand.
This shit has holes
I
in
think
it.
I think we're looking too deeply into it. I think a lot of the MCU doesn't really try to explain that. It's just what it is. So if they want to be a black Loki, then there is. Sylvie is a woman Loki, so whatever.
Never mind. What I was gonna say, it just goes into the next episode. I'll try to remember.
Yep. That's the pod. Thanks for sticking
Follow
with
us.
us. You can catch me at PG the Villain on Twitter. It's me dad on _me_dad_ on Instagram. Marcus, where can I find you, Big Pepe?
Just follow me at Omega Marcussus. If you look up Omega Marcussus, if you can get my Instagram, you can be connected to whatever else that I'm attached to. So Omega Marcussus.
Alex?
You can just follow me on Instagram, AlexDOG, and then yeah, that's primarily where I post the most. So
Alex the Og.
Black Gallagher.
Black Gallagher.
that was an old Xbox name. I'm Big Luberderm now. If you find me on
Big
Xbox,
Luby.
Big Luby. We be on
Add him
GTA.
on Xbox. Yeah.
We be on Vermintide. I be on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah. Spot him, got him.
Spotting got him.
Devon?
Hey, Spotting got him's going to jail.
He's on the run right now, ain't he?
I think he's been captured.
Oh, I saw like he's on the run. Like he posted like 7,500K in bail, and then he was on the run for
I
like
hate that
a
nigga's
Rico, like
name.
a Rico charge.
I hate how they got him
I
on a
hate that
Rico
nigga.
charge.
Yeah, they got him on a Rico charge. That boy's
Oof.
fucked.
What the
He's
fuck?
done.
That boy's
Yeah,
fucked.
he's done. All right, and then Davon, where can we
Davon.
find you, man? 10 toes down.
Follow me on Cocaine Shotty on Twitter, I guess. SHODY. Hit me.
Hit me.
Hit them DMs.
Hit me.
DMs, man.
Hit them
Just hop
DMs.
straight in his DMs.
Sensual.
Yeah, you wait too long and he gone. You know what I'm saying?
Sensual seduction. Yeah, that's the pod, y'all.
Whoa.
Thanks for tapping in. Make sure y'all tap into the next one, niggas. Peace. All right, in the recording.
Man, fucking finally, shit.
That was a long one.
No, that's a good one.